What is going on, everybody? Today, we're going to be going over how you can use Corviknight within the Tera Raids. So let's get into it. So Corviknight is a very interesting Pokemon here. It is going to be mainly an attacker. And it's pretty much going to be, hey, I want to go do damage and take the thing out as fast as possible. So what we're going to be looking at here is a flying steel type, because that's his typing. Your Tera type can be steel and it could be flying. Flying is pretty much what the main one would be if you are wanting to do more damage with your move, or steel because you want more of a defensive side. It's up to you. Now mine runs a shell bell, so whenever I do damage, I can go ahead and get health back. Now you could run leftovers, you could run life orb, anything along those lines to help you do more damage or get health back. It's up to you, because we are going to be having some moves that can heal you up. We're going to have some moves that can help you do damage. So speaking of moves, let's go ahead and jump over there so we can see what we're working with. So Drill Peck is going to be our main attacking move. It's a base 80 power flying move. It's actually not terrible. So Drill Peck is going to be our main attacking move. It's going to be a base 80 power flying move. And that's where like the flying Tera type could come in to help you get that even higher. As for right now, it is perfectly fine. Now our next move is going to be Taunt. What Taunt lets you do? Obviously, it lets you go ahead and stop Will-O-Wisp, Spores, Bulk Ups, Dragon Dance, setting the weather, anything like that. Yawn is a big one. Anything like that. So if anything is not attacking, it can't use that move for 3 turns. And honestly, you can go in, Taunt turn 1, and then just start bulking up or screeching, depending on which one you want to do. Now moving on to Screech. Screech is a move that a lot of Pokemon learn, and sometimes they have more moves that are better to replace it. What it does is it lowers the defense stat of the Raidmon. And what that means is we are a physical attacker, so we want to be hitting on the defensive side. So lowering that defensive side is always a plus. Getting on to the last move here. It's going to be Bulk Up. It's a standard move that we run along quite a few builds, because you're going to be raising your attack and your defense in 1 turn. So having that ability there is really good. You can go in, Taunt, you get a guaranteed 3 turns of Bulk Up. So go ahead, raise to +3 in both, and then you can go either Taunt again and knock out some Screeches, or go ahead and keep bulking up till you get +6 and then fire off a Drill Peck. So everything right there is very good. You're only using Drill Peck as your attacking move here. Keep in mind, you can run Iron Head. So I would swap Screech for Iron Head. Or if you really want, you can go ahead and throw Roost on him. It is an egg move, so you would need to do some breeding there to get it done. A Mirror Herb and a Pokemon that has Roost. Make sure you have an open slot, but you can get Roost. That's where you can actually heal yourself without actually having to use a Leftovers, a Shell Bell, or anything like that. So now that we've gone over the moves, let's jump over to our spreads to see kind of how we came out with what we got. So looking at our spread here, it's going to be a standard 252 HP, 252 attack, and a 4 defense. So pretty much a standard attacking set, which we've come to know. Now its ability is Mirror Armor. This is going to be a hidden ability. Either A, we're going to have to go catch a bunch of Rookie Ds and evolve them to get this ability, or you're going to just have to use an ability patch. But what this move does is it bounces back only the stat lowering effects that the Pokemon receives. So what would happen is if something play roughs you, it can lower your attack stat. That means is you're going to get hit with play rough. It's going to do the damage, but then the Pokemon that play roughed you is going to get that minus attack, which is actually pretty good depending on how you're using it. So it is very interesting. I ran against a Mousehold, it play roughed me, and it got the minus attack. So I didn't have to worry about getting the minus attacks onto me, which is always a good thing, especially after you've bulked up. Now going over our standard stats here, we are going to be, remember, a base 100 bottle cap. So HP is going to be 400. That's a very solid HP stat, especially with a flying steel type. Our attack is going to be 300, and we're going to be running the Adamant Mint to just max out our attack to get it as high as we can. which will lower your special attack stat. Keep that in mind. Our defense is going to be a 247, a very standard, solid defense stat, especially with this typing. Very good. Speed is a 170. It is bottle capped. Keep that in mind. Special defense 206. So special side's a little weaker, but still a very solid defense stat. I mean, you're still in the 200s, which is perfectly fine. Then our special attack is a 109. We're not using that, so it's fine. Don't bottle cap it. Keep that in mind, because you'll only be wasting a bottle cap if you do. Now, getting into this Tera Raid, you can see that we do get in here. We can do some bulk ups, we can taunt, some screeches, and honestly just do some short work. He is a very solid mon. You can in solo in certain situations for 6-star raids. And honestly, if you're online and you're using this set, if he has a good matchup, you can just carry and it doesn't even matter. But we are able to get in here, do damage, set up, and lower defenses, and kind of do whatever we want. Now, we could Tera if we wanted. We are running that steel type on mine. Can run flying, keep that in mind, because you can do more damage. And you could have the steel type if you are running Iron Head, so you would get more damage off of there. So it's kind of up to you. This is kind of what I've ran, what I've used, and found the best to be usable. Now, this is my Corviknight set, and it's very fun to use, very interesting. I do find it very interesting for physical attackers within the Tera Raids, because you do have to rely on the bulk up and the screeches, which screech only lowers the defense by 1 at a time. So it does make it a little bit difficult there, but nonetheless, it's still able to get in and do the work that it needs to do. Now, if you did find Corviknight helpful, go ahead and drop it a like, subscribe, and let me know what you think about physical attackers within the Tera Raid system, because honestly, I'm kind of leaning to the special side right now over the physical side. But I'll catch you guys on the next one.